Back there in the corner is my ender tank of lava, which we're mass producing lava. I don't even have to dig it out of the nether anymore like the beginning game. Goes right into there. I've got I think it's underneath from my digital storage system. I've got no, it's not the digital storage. Yeah, from here. I've automatically got ender pearls going into the smeltery from underneath. And when the blocks come out, I've got like 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And I can independently turn them on and off if I don't need it anymore. And then right back into the storage system. Funny thing is, I do have an Ender B for Ender Pearls, but I don't have an Enderium B for Enderium Ingots. So, got to do the middleman step right here. Okay, this I believe is part of Woot. Yeah, this is how I craft pure dye fluid. No, that's not. Yeah, I basically take a flower, I extract all the colors from the flowers, I make a fluid, and then when I need an item, I inject it with dye fluid, and yeah, these right here, these patterns here. It's all automated. Flowers go in. It lasts forever. Here's the what is that? Containous fluid from the Woot. You set up the machine for Woot. Enchanted now. Liquid enchant. Liquid enchant. Redstone. Purge liquid. Containous fluid. And then I've got it going into the Woot machine. Oh, remember how I was talking about the immersive engineering conveyor belt and how we set it up so that if I needed like 30,000 or something, well, some of the things that I needed hundreds and hundreds of thousands of was gears. I needed so many gears that I built individual presses for all the different gears. Yeah, some of them have 2, but when you're automating a lot of gears, you got to have separate machines. I built 10 of them. I think I only built 10 instead of 12 because I ran out of room. What is this? Pyrolyzer. Disabled. What am I making in here? I was making something in here. Coal. I don't remember what this was for. Oh well. One of those items I just needed one item for. Okay, this is just the back door to the flower farm, just to make sure that this was connected correctly. Okay, so that's level 2. Man, the lag. Good grief. Alright, this is level 3. I had to mark them because they all look alike. There was a mod pack that I did one time that I actually did a different block for each level, so that just by looking at how it was built, you knew what level you were on. Alright, this is the... remember how I want to turn garbage into plastic? This is how I did it. Put down a block placer to place the garbage and a block breaker to break the garbage, and then pick up the plastic. You can tell I needed a lot of plastic. I put them down here with my rats. These are my breeding rats. There's all my string cheese. Now, do you remember upstairs in the kitchen, we had the cow in a jar making blocks of cheese, separating all the cheese into cheese slices. Well, I bring all the cheese slices down to here, and then I have my Ratatouille Remy take the cheese out, turn it into string cheese, and then drop it back into the system. You can automate a lot of cool stuff with rats. There's my archaeologist, there's my crafter, there's my gemologist. I had to block them off because even though they will stay where you put them, I am in a village. What spawns in a village? Cats. So basically the cats will come down here and push all my rats or kill all my rats. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, rats mod is pretty cool. Okay, over here is my extended crafting. We've got the 3x3, 5x5, the 7x7, and the 9x9, which I have tried to automate. I have tried to automate the miraculous stew, the ultimate singularity, the ultimate honeycomb. I never quite worked all the bugs out. But yeah. In a pinch though, I can't get it to work. Alright, this was my pneumaticraft setup, which as you know, pneumaticraft likes to blow up, and I tried making it as compact as possible. I tried to keep it cool so it wouldn't overheat. This is really cool. This must be a new feature. I don't remember pneumaticraft doing this before, but these are heat sinks. And if the heat sink is really, really hot, it glows. You can see this one is glowing really red hot. This one is glowing just a little bit, and this one's hardly glowing at all. And it even tells you the temperature. 366, 37, 228. That's kind of cool. I like that. And then, of course, we have the other pneumaticraft stuff. I finally got this automated. This was kind of cool. This is for unassembled PCBs. Gotta see this. PCB. Alright. Let's do a stack of these. Okay, so what would actually happen is over here the plastic would go in. Oop, you can hear it working. And once all the required parts are built, we should dump them into this chest here. We'll make a liar out of me, isn't it? Come on. I got everything automated. There we go. Whoop. There we go. It's just really, really fast because I got it cranked up to 11. It took a while to figure all this out. I mean, it looks cool because it's working, but the amount of days of tweaking and massaging and moving and blowing up and rebuilding. That's why I like showing it off. I'm pretty proud of it. Okay. It's nice to be able to automate something that is kind of grindy, especially when you need thousands. Okay, this is level 4, and this started out as my mob grinder room, and I was grinding mobs like nobody's business. Remember what I was saying about a mob grinder is better than woot? This is the mob grinder. And this has evolved a little over time to also become my slaughter factory. And this is where I get all my pink slime. There's a mob grinder if I would rather just get the resources. So depending on the mob, depending on the resource, I can turn this on and off. Right now I'm doing villagers for pink slime, but I've got my absorption hoppers absorbing all the items right into this chest here. Also my absorption hopper is absorbing the XP, liquid XP. This is where I take my showers. This is how I shower in the blood of my enemies. I do have some items automatically coming out. I had this before I had like a digital storage, and I was getting way too many items and just dump them in the trash. I should probably turn that off now that I have infinite storage. Literally infinite storage. This was cyclic. I had to perform some sort of ritual, and it had to be next to mobs. And I'm like, where can I get mobs in one place? And I was like, dummy. A mob grinder. Just build my altar down there. So, oh, and this is just basically an automated way of turning the mob grinder on and off. So it's a multi-purpose mob grinder. Alright, oh, for this ritual here, I needed to do like blood sacrifices of a sheep. No, I don't have a pink sheep because this is my sex dungeon. I have a sheep because of blood sacrifice. Anyway, so... yeah, the blood goes in the goblet and something blows up, and I forget why I needed to make it. But anyway, you know, I never did give my sheep a name. I probably should. Okay, remember how I said I needed singularities? These are all my singularity machines. This is a singularity of the Carmenite. And right now, and turn it on. There we go. And once I have 5,184 Carmenite, it makes one singularity. But I don't want to use up all my resources, so I equipped them all with on-off switches. So every singularity that you saw for the ultimate singularity, this is where I set every machine up. All the way around the entire basement. Basement 4. Which I think turned out kind of cool because it started at the mob grinder and ended at the mob grinders. You'd almost think I did that on purpose. Alright, after I have my ultimate singularity, I have to... what do I have to do? Forgot what this was for. Oh, no, this is for creative essence. Let's see. Creative. Yeah, creative essence. For creative essence, I needed an Endumium singularity. Endumium. Got a lot of those. I needed one of these. Some singularities are easier to make than others, but I needed a lot, and I mean stacks of the creative essence. I've got half a stack right now, but that's only because I finished the pack. But I needed at least 2 or 3 stacks of creative, which required 2 or 3 stacks of these, which meant I also needed 2 or 3 stacks of all the ingredients. Why is it not working? Everything is loaded up. Anyway, each one of these items takes, that's like Insanium block from Mystical Agriculture. Is that the right one? It is the indium, right? Indium singularity, yeah. Salamander's eye. Fertilized essence. Tiny antimatter rubber. Insanium gem block. That should be it. What am I forgetting? Salamander's eye. Rubber. Oh well, anyhow, that's how I make a creative essence. Not 100% automated, but once I actually have all the stuff, I just put it in there and let it percolate. Alright, that's level 4. Level 5. Oh, I'm so proud of level 5. Alright. This is where I set up all my yeah, my mystical agriculture crafting. So if I wanted, say, my Insanium essence, I would craft up in here. Let's see. Let's say I want 4 of these. Bam. Start. Okay. It'll start putting... Remember the machine upstairs that I was growing all the Inferium essence? This is why. Because all this Inferium essence is turning into Rudium. And I take that Rudium and I put it in here and I make Turium. I take the Turium, I put it in here. These don't go as fast because the first one's not going fast enough. But once it gets like a stack, it puts it in here. Boop. And when it gets a stack of that, it puts it in here. Boop. But basically, having a machine for each essence keeps it from backlogging. And then I crafted this one for project.